Hi everybody, welcome back to Endeavours for Saturday the 5th of July. I'm Jackson. As always, therewill be timestamps in the description if you're just looking for one of these options and you just want to skip everything else because you already know it. This video is going to be a little bit delayed. I just had some housework to do today, so I couldn't really get time to record. That being said, there's no golden vendor this weekend. If you try and interact with it, it just says it's not available. Now, that's not... It is annoying, but they are going to make sure next week that there is a double the amount of items available in the vendor. I'm not sure what monster sets are allowed, but hopefully that's something worth the while. And even then, even if they added it this during Vengeance, you can't actually access any of your gold, I'm pretty sure, in Vengeance. So I don't know if that would work, because you can't access your mail or anything like that while you're in Vengeance. So like, there's things that are disabled. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that would work. Yeah, set's pretty good. No issues here. It's another one that you can kind of do without any DLC pretty easily. The only one I wouldn't bother with is award medals and Battlegrounds, just because these options are easy. And 1,000 award medals is a fair bit of work in a battleground, and just queuing for the battleground itself, it's quite probable, especially with Vengeance, like taking some of the PvPers out. Not that many now, I'd say, with the God Pursuit being so simple, but the amount of work you have to do to get award medals, it's a kill is 100 medals, so it's not the simplest thing for a lot of people to do. I imagine if you're learning like a guide to do Battlegrounds, Endeavours, you're probably not at a stage where you can do Battlegrounds. So, because people who could do that, they've probably got the knowledge to do this stuff anyway. So I just wouldn't recommend it, because Battlegrounds is full of tough motherfuckers, and it's exciting, sure, but it's way more difficult than any of these options. I just wouldn't bother. Okay, so firstly we'll go with crafting any skill. I will talk about these two. You can do these two kind of in the same place. There is a public dungeon called Rizek's Wheel that you can do these two, so I'll cover that. But yeah, I'll go through some other options there too, but I'll just start with crafting for now. With crafting, there's a couple of ways you can do this. It just depends on what you want to do. If you have access to writs, that's a good way to go. 2 writs would be the way to go, because each writ would require you to craft 3 or 2 items. So my advice here would be, if you've got access to clothing and blacksmith or jewelry crafting, do those, because those give you really good golden materials if you can, if you're lucky enough to get those. Dreadwax, especially for clothing, those things are quite good to sell or to use yourself, because they're very expensive. Nowhere near as expensive as they used to be, but yeah, pretty good. If not, there's a couple of things you can do just to do this super quick. For one of the normal options is just like embrace the inner Skyrim style, just craft some iron daggers. You just need a couple of iron ingots and some adamantite. So you need 4 adamantite, or whatever your character's style trait material is, and then 8 iron ingots. So it's not much. Now, this is not my preferred method. I think there's a method that's better than this. But yeah, ingots come from guild vendors. So for example, Carilda here might have some, and there's 100,000 guild vendors out all over the place. You know, you've got 5 here. Vardenfell's another good one. You've got 6 here that you can get easy access to via this Wayshrine. And then the style materials, you can get an infinite source of these things from any blacksmith, clothier, or woodworker. There's also like a style master in the Imperial City. I don't know, there's like the only one that exists where they only sell the style material as far as I'm aware. But yeah, so you can use any of that stuff. Now, what I prefer, there is also alchemy. You can use 1 or like 2 different reagents and a poison, and you can craft 4 poisons from one set of items. But the only issue is, some of those items don't work together, because only certain reagents work. Like, for example, water hyacinth and bugloss works, but bugloss and water hyacinth might not work with other things. And, you know, sometimes those items can be quite expensive and worth holding. Everything, I don't think, is worth it. It's weird to say. It pales in comparison, I think, to the provisioning option, which is firstly, you want to have 2 recipes. This is the only annoying thing about this one. It's a little investment at the start. That being said, if you've already started the Zenithar event, you'll probably have one of these recipes anyway. So you want baked apples, and you want banana surprise, these 2 here. It's 250 gold. Now, if you don't have enough gold to buy these, my advice is to either go to the bank in Oridon, go into this room here, go stealth and try and steal like white, green, and blue quality like trinkets that sell for 40, 100, and 250 gold each. Same thing with this room here. This room's even better because there's nobody in it, so they can't give you a bounty if you take anything. Yeah, this room here, there's a couple of wardrobes out here. Take the Wayshine, and then I usually go to Daggerfall here in Glenumbra. I go up to the castle, and same thing. There's like furniture that you can loot from. Some of those have some good items. You can also do the same thing with Tavani Peninsula. If you've got this DLC, go to the Necromundaways up here, via the Wayshine, and there's like tons of urns that you can steal stuff from. Some of those will have some expensive things, like decorative wax. If you can launder that and sell it on guild stores, that stuff actually sells for quite a lot. And you can get a few of those like in a single run through the entire set of urns. But you also get the same things. You get the trinkets, the white, green, and blue things that can sell for a lot as well. So that also works. But yeah, whatever works for you, just find a way to get your access on these. You can also buy them on guild stores for much cheaper, and that's probably a good idea too. Especially with the current weekly. One of the weeklies is purchased from guild traders anyway, so it's probably a good idea. So yeah, whichever way works, just get those recipes, and from this point, you permanently have the ability to do the crafting with any skill or crafting with provisioning for free. Like you don't need to use any more of the resources that like everything is like easily accessible super quickly, and it's like always a guarantee. And there's no, like, taking this stuff doesn't give you a bounty either, which is kind of the best thing about it. So you want to come to this location here in Oridon, southeast of the Wayshrine in Vocal Guard. The reason you want to come here... Oh, shit, sorry. Yes, stuff's fucking covering everything up here. Yeah, Vocal Guard in Oridon. So this tray here has bananas in it and apples, so take those. And then there's an apple basket over here. And then there's an apple basket over here. If there's not enough stuff, if you leave the zone and come back, everything will reset. Some things will spawn again, some things won't. It's just the weird nature of containers in this game. But there's a couple of ways to do that. You can go to the Wayshine, leave, come back, come to the area. You can go into your house while you do your Conservatory Furnishings one, and then come back and do it as well. Or you can go to Imperial City, or Vengeance. You can queue here, just leave out the door in Imperial City, and it'll take you straight here, and then you can check the tray and the apple baskets, and they'll be full again, mostly. Once you got at least 4 items, now also worth pointing out that with provisioning, if you get to level 7, you get Chef, and you get 1 point in this, it'll double the amount of items you get, so you need even less items. You just need like 2 apples or bananas. And yeah, just do it real quick. So yeah, just banana surprise there, just craft those 6, and that will be enough. And yeah, if you need to, you can just use the apples too. And yeah, that also works for the weekly too anyway, so there's a lot of good stuff with that method. Alright, next is Conservatory Furnishings. So you need 2 things. You need a house, which you can get for free, and then you need a Conservatory Furnishing, which is only 100 gold. After that, after you spend that 100 gold, again, just like the recipes, you won't ever need to spend gold again to do this endeavor. So firstly, get yourself a house. So what you want to do is come to the Rosy Lion in Glenumbra, in Daggerfall, just south of the Wayshrine here. Same place you'd find the castle to get some money. So if you need some money, again, just do that route. Go to the Outlaws for Futures and just sell the stuff to fences. And yeah, so firstly, just make sure you get the house. So you talk to Philan Demery here, just found on the west side, just next to Rosy Lion, the house. And you keep talking to her, and eventually you'll complete a quest for her. Completing this quest, it gives you some gold, which is nice. And then it also gives you access to a house. The house that you get is dependent on your alliance, so you'll get one of 3. You'll either get the Mara's Kiss Public House, that's Old Merry Dominion characters, Rosy Lion for Daggerfall characters, and then Evanhart gets Ebony Flask. Whichever one, if you left-click, you can locate it on the map, and then if you left-click on it again, left-click and travel to Rosy Lion inside, or just travel to it directly, you can just head inside. And once you've got your Conservatory Furnishing, you'll be good to do that. So to find a Conservatory Furnishing easily, just go down to Rozika here. So this is just across the room in the inn. So everything's accessible from just this inn alone. So come down here, and we are looking for, where was it? Oh yeah, here we are. The green curly fern plant. So 90 gold, and this is a conservatory furnishing. So all you need is just one of these. So just buy that. There's other things, you got the boulders here. They count as conservatory furnishings too. It just depends. But you're not, just whatever works. You're not worried about form. You're worried about function. So now, what you want to do is, okay, so what I would personally do, I would do this last, because you can do these, and then immediately from where these are located, you can just quickly travel to your house. So it means you're not worrying about traveling straight to a way shrine afterwards, which is kind of annoying in these kind of places, because this is usually from dolmens, which will be a little bit of a travel away from a way shrine, and this is usually going to be found in dungeons where there's no way shrines nearby. So yeah, just use this as a travel method afterwards. But I'll just show you what to do now for this one. So just travel to any house, doesn't matter which one. Travel inside, and you'll do the animation. If you add a way shrine already, if you travel to it, if you access the way shrine first and then open the map and travel to your house, it skips the initial traveling animation. If you want to make it a little bit quicker. Okay, so once you get inside, at the bottom right, you'll see the housing editor key. Just hit whatever that is. Browse at the bottom middle there, whatever key that is. You'll go into your house here. You find your conservatory furnishing. You click it, and you press E, and you just place it on the floor. Now, if you pick it up when it's already placed and just try and keep spam placing it, nothing happens. It has to go into your inventory and then get placed down again. But what you can do instead is if you pick it up and put it away, instead of going back into your inventory to find it, what you can do instead is press the undo key, which is Z. And that is another way to actually do this. So if you press redo again, it puts it away, undo, brings it back out. So what you can do is press undo, redo over and over, and just use it that way. It's much more convenient than going into your inventory and finding it and placing it. You can also do the same thing, just reversed, if it's already out. So you pick it up, and then you press the put away key, and then undo, it'll bring it back out, redo, put it away, undo. That's just a very convenient way to do this one. So what I would do is just keep this, what I would do is put all of the different types of furnishings that you get over time that corresponds to all the different furnishing types. You had lighting furnishing the other day. That comes with the houses naturally anyway, so that's not a big deal. But things like workshop furnishings, undercroft, that sort of thing. Every time you get one of those to do this with, just place it in an area in one of your houses, just so that when you get into it, when it comes up in the endeavors, just come to your house, just find the item that you need, go into the housing menu, and just pick it up, put it away, undo, redo, undo, and that's it. Super quick to do. At chests. So there's a couple of ways to do this one. The ways I would suggest you do this is either treasure maps through the Zenithar event, especially if you still haven't got your tickets today. Just make sure you get the quest first. You can do dolmens, or you can get treasure chests from public dungeons. Now there is one interaction you can make between these two that will solve both of these at once, and that is Rezek's Wheel. So Rezek's Wheel, it has treasure chests and it has Dwarven Automata in it. So I will run through this at the end to show you the dungeon, and I will also have a link in the description to all the chests in the dungeon, just so you can have a look at it. But yeah, I just want to cover these individually first, because I imagine most people are going to do these two and then just one of these options, and I would probably go treasure chest personally, just because there's more options available to you. So firstly, guild stores. So go into miscellaneous, trophy, and then pick treasure map, and all the treasure maps available will come up here. And yeah, they're pretty cheap right now because Zenithar gives you lots of treasure maps at the moment for completing or getting the coffers. Now, if you're not too familiar with what zones you want to use, pick the training zones. It says 5. It says Kanathi's Roost. Look for any maps with these names. Kanathi's Roost, Dros Mackay, Betnik, Brillicork Isle, and Balfoyn. The reason you want to go these ones is these zones are very small. They don't require a lot of running around to get access to all the way shrines, whereas some of the other zones, like if you don't have any of the way shrines in the Rift, some of the treasure maps for the Rift, it can take a while to get to. Whereas at worst, it's crossing this entire area is a few minutes at like worst. So these areas are a lot better. They're also pretty easy to get to. For example, Balfoyen. All you need to do to travel to Balfoyen is this starting waystone right here. You can go southeast and straight to Balfoyen. Also, going northeast, go to the dock over here. Liza will lead you to Blickrock Isle. Same thing over with Strengthmakai and Betnik. You can find both of these at the boatswain here. Go from the waystone that you start with here, just west and slightly north, and Gilzir will be here, so he'll take you there. And then same thing with Oridon. So with Volkagard, you just go down to find Sugarclaws over here. She'll take you to Canathi's Roost, just next to the pier that we would have used for crafting. Or you can use home tours with Canathi's Roost. You've got Moonmirth House here, so you just look this up in home tours, and you can travel to it, leave out the front door, and you'll rock up in Canathi's Roost as well. So anything like that is fine. Alright, so as an example, I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to get this treasure map here. If you want the add-on that shows the location on the map, it's called Lost Treasure. I'll link in the description if you want it. If you're on console, some console version, like the new consoles, will have add-ons, so you can get Lost Treasure too. But older consoles, you probably... I don't think you guys have access to it. I'm not too sure. I've been told that old consoles don't have add-ons, which sucked. But in that case, you can use... there's places in... Like, you can look up on browsers. There's, like, websites that show you all the locations of the treasure chests, so you can use those. So yeah, just loot this, and that's one. And you just need to do that twice. Option number 2 is dolmens. So completion of a dolmen gives you a chest. And in order to get access to this chest, you literally just need to have participated at all in the dolmen. So just hit something and basically you get participation for it. I assume most people know how dolmens work, but basically kill the enemies to fill the pinions here with souls, activate them. When you activate them, you get some resources back, and then eventually all the pinions will go down, and then you fight a bigger enemy here. Defeating everything here, you'll get the middle pinion, just activate this, and then the chest will form. Loot the chest, and that's the second one. So, for the best dolmens, I think Oridon's great, because you got this dolmen here, and this dolmen here. Initially you do have to walk and get them, but they're all like really close to a dolmen, whereas some zones are a pain in the ass to get all the dolmens. Greenshade, for example, the dolmen's all the way out in the fucking water. Alikid Desert's probably the best. This is usually where everybody goes. So you can, there's like groups that you can join in Alikid Desert that are just like constantly running dolmens. So if you just go there and type, I think on PC NA it's like LFG and then, oh no, sorry. It's X, Y, and or Z, and just like press enter in one of those, and I think it's like auto invites, and then I think it's like LFG or plus LFG for EU. I can't remember. Maybe just like go to zone and ask what the auto invite message is. But yeah, there's usually groups that will invite you, and then you can like travel to them, and they'll take you to each of the wayshrines each time, and from there you can easily do dolmens there. Alright, so here's a location you can do both chests and Dwarven Automata. So this is found at the very southwestern edge of Bankrai. Normally it's a pain in the ass to get to, but now with home tours it's actually become a lot easier. So Twin Arches use this in home tours, so just go home tours, browse homes, and just go down to T to Twin Arches. So travel to one of these houses, just go out the front door, you'll rock up here. This is also how you get a Craglorn, by the way, it's just up here. But, just like the natural means. So you just come down here, and then Rezek's will be right here. So, this is all the locations of chests in Rezek's Wheel. To get access to these ones, you need the to do the quest, otherwise you won't be able to get into this room. I think there's 3 locations, I just haven't... I'm pretty sure, like, because I had to redo this because my fucking add-on broke. And, yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's another chest location in there. I'm not sure if I have all the locations, but boy do I have a lot. Right, so there will be some Imperials at the start of this, so you do need to get through these guys first. But you'll get to the the fuck. You'll get to the Dwarven Automata if you come through. Ideally, you want to do this on a character that can run fast and can go invisible, like Nightblades, for example. Stage 4 Vampirism sprint builds also are great in here. And for all the chest locations. If you can't see any, just keep going through. Only a few chests will spawn like any given time, so you just got to keep looking through all the different locations. The chests in Razak's Wheel look a bit weird. They're like Dwarven style ones. They're a bit different to what you're probably used to. There's also this here, which is a group event. It's probably a good idea to do this because this is where you get your skill point for the public run. So you just come through here, kill these guys. That's your Dwarven Automata. The NPC will spawn here, and she'll summon the group event fight. And so yeah, you can just get 2 of these done at once. That can also be helpful. There you go, Dwarven Automata there. Basically, from this section, you can get all your Dwarven Automata. I think some are in here too. So yeah, just keep coming through here, and then while you're doing that, just check all the locations here for chests. So I'll link in the description the all the Razak's Wheel like chest locations. God damn it! Fuck off. Don't know what to interact with. Ah, here we go. Beautiful. So it's 2. The only annoying thing about this one is you share all these forms with all like the other people. So if other players take the kill the Dwarven stuff or take the chest, you just kind of have to run around more. Now, this is not the only place you can find Dwarven Automata, obviously, but if you want to get 2 in one done, that's the way. So I'll go through some of the other options for Dwarven Automata. So you've got Lower Bethaniel over here. This is an area that is full of Dwarven Automata. Getting here is pretty easy. Again, home tools use Corner Minarella, but I assume most people have the Wayshrine and Mournhorde. You can also use Flame Nix, like Skirray, or Velothi Reverie, any of those options. In Stonefalls, you've also got access to Inner Sea Armature. This Wayshrine you have by default, so it's pretty easy to get here. It's just a little bit of a trek, unless you've unlocked the Harborage and can travel there. So yeah, Inner Sea Armature. There's a couple of Craglorn delves. Oh god, hold on. So Mathanas has a bunch of Dwarven Automata at the start. They are very tough, well, tougher than probably like just over like what you'd fight in like a normal dungeon, and like just a regular normal dungeon, maybe more like a DLC one. These they're very tough, but that usually means people don't come in here often. So if you're looking for one that like there aren't people running around, because Inner Sea Armature and Lower Bethaniel, there's going to be fuck tons of people running around. So the odds are you'll get in there and there'll be nothing to kill. They have to wait for shit to respawn. Whereas this, odds are there won't be anyone here. Same thing with, I think it's for Kunzelft. And then there's one more. I can't remember if it's Kunzelft or it's the other one. There's like another one with a funny name. Ricardark, yeah, this one. So one of those 2 also has a ton of Dwarven Automata in it that you can use. Maelstrom Arena is also a instance way. If you can get a character just to get through the first stage, the Sheer Growth one, the second one is a like sets Clockwork City style arena just with Dwarven Automata all over the place. So that can also be a way to do it, and it's an instance way. And it's like super difficult to get to because you get in via Wayshrine, takes like 10 seconds getting into the arena, and then you've got your enemies, and then if you just kill a couple and then leave, you can just stay on that wave like later on when you do it again, and it just means you're not worrying about other players getting in the way. Lastly, there are some dungeons that have Dwarven Automata. There is Darkshade Caverns 1 and 2, and then there's also Volenfell as some base game examples. There's also things like, I think, Frost Vault in Eastmarch has Centurions all over the place and some Dwarven Automata, but this is a DLC, like pay-gated DLC, and those are actually quite tough, so it's not the easiest thing to do. But yeah, the only issue with the ones in Darkshade and Volenfell is you have to beat at least a main boss to get access to the Dwarven Automata. But on normal, these dungeons are pretty easy these days. You can just solo them, and it only takes a few minutes. So if you're getting annoyed by players killing all the Dwarven Automata, just do that instead. Maybe could be quicker, honestly. Okay, so that's everything, I believe. So if you have any questions for me, just let me know in the comments as always. But yeah, I'll make sure the chest locations are in the description, and I'll make sure the stuff for like the add-ons and whatnot will be there too. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I will see you next time, and have a good weekend.